Mistakes were made. I didn't plan on replacing this door frame today, but I didn't have a choice. My son was taking a nap, and he woke up and was about to fall on the floor, so I rushed in, forgetting to lift that sagging door, and I literally ripped it off the hinges. So now I have to fix it. The good news, you don't need a contractor or a van full of expensive equipment to get the job done. I'm going to show you how to replace this entire frame. Demolition, cutting, and install using just the basic tools you probably already have in the garage. Let's get this fixed so it never rubs again. And I went ahead with my box cutter and scored it a little bit, kind of break that paint seal. Get your little chisel, hit it in there a little bit, right? And then you can kind of get pry bar and just pry it out. Find the nails and then get it right there so you can pull them out. The goal is to try to get this in as little pieces as possible. I don't want to break this up into a bunch of little pieces. Demolition is fun and all, but I want to try to keep it as clean as possible and as one solid piece as possible. Kind of work your way up.
Then we get this middle piece free.
Alright. Okay, so now this is all bare. Now we can start cutting.
And I know this is not the best way of doing this. So for those of you who have a miter saw, use it. Those who do not, you can still get the job done with a circle saw. This is such a simple project. 90-degree or 45-degree cuts. Just measure, mark, and cut. For me, I'm just replacing the one side, but if you're replacing the whole thing, it's the same on both sides, except you swatch the door latch for the door hinge. And here, I had to notch out the top of the center board, so I got to use my new router I got for Christmas. A few passes over and over, and it was ready to move on to the next step. Then I'm going to run some glue across the stop and then clamp it down and add some staples. Now it's time to paint the whole thing. You could install it, then paint it if you want, but I was already set up and preferred to do the main coat here and touch it up inside later.
So here's a tip that I kind of learned on the fly when I was installing this. Now this is just a replacement, not a fresh install, so this wouldn't work. But if you're just replacing, first I had lined these two up and traced it out. But as you can see, then I got this tape here. And I put the door up in the frame, but not everything lined up properly. So I was like, well, I need to raise a little bit. So I got some, little pieces of wood, and I stacked them up till it lined up properly, flush in the frame, along with lining it in here. So, anyways, but then I couldn't see the lines. Once I put the door in there, I couldn't see where I had put it. And it actually needed to be lifted up a little bit. So I put a little piece of tape. I made a new mark. If you can see, I made a new mark, and I put some tape on the line there, and it stuck out. So once I put the door back in the frame, I could see where it was, and everything lined up perfectly. So, long story short, put a little piece of tape on so it sticks out, and then you'll know where your marking is for your hinges.
Next step is routing out the grooves for the hinges, and this is definitely not a requirement, but I happen to already have this tool, so I'm using it. If you don't, then freehand or make a template out of wood. Just make sure you practice on scrap before you ruin the final piece. Now since I do have this door hinge tool, it's as easy as setting up the sides for the door hinge and clamping it down. Look how fast and easy this is. As you can see, it fits right in there.
And we've had some issues with the door sagging before, so I'm going to go ahead and screw this into the stud back here because I'm really going to make sure that this stays in place, and I just don't trust it with the nails.
So now it's time to nail up the trim, and we're almost done here, guys. After getting everything installed, it's time for a final paint and touch-up. Looks good so far. Now, does it line up?
It's been about 2 days worth of work, and honestly, the scariest part was the first cut. But I think it's going to line up. Oh yeah. You hear that? That's the sound of this door lining up. No lifting, no pushing. I think I did a pretty good job. Listen to that. That is the sound of a latch that actually lines up. No lifting, no shoving. If you're a homeowner and you're intimidated by framing, don't be. As long as you have a level and some patience, you can do this better than the builder grade stuff that came with your house. If you want to see another project where I tackle home renovation with just a circular saw, click this video right here. I'll see you in the next one.